Most men spend their entire lives being the hardest working person in the room and still get treated like they're invisible. They over-explain, they over-apologize, they shrink themselves just to keep the peace. But there are men who say half as much, do half as much proving, and get twice the respect in return. In the next few minutes, I'm giving you the 3 psychological rules that create that kind of respect automatically in any room with any person, starting today. And rule number 2 is the one most men are too afraid to actually use. But this isn't about body language tricks or speaking louder or dressing sharper. What I'm about to share is rooted in pure male psychology, how the human brain actually decides in seconds who deserves respect and who gets ignored. Rule 3 is where everything clicks, and once you understand it, every social interaction you've ever had will suddenly make complete sense. Every man has felt this. You're in a room, at work, with friends, on a date, and somehow your words don't land the way other men's words do. People talk over you, your ideas get dismissed, someone else says the exact same thing, and suddenly everyone listens. That is not bad luck. That is a respect deficit, and it has a very specific psychological cause, which is exactly what we are fixing right now. Rule number 1. Stop over-explaining your decisions. Every time you justify yourself without being asked, you are psychologically signaling one thing to everyone around you, that you need their approval to feel okay. And the human brain reads that as weakness instantly and automatically. Watch how Kobe Bryant handled criticism. A reporter asks why he took 40 shots in a loss. Kobe looks him dead in the eye and says, "I sleep great at night." No defense, no explanation, no apology. That one response communicated more psychological strength than a 10-minute speech ever could. The room had nothing left to challenge. This week, every time you make a decision, state it once, clearly, and stop. No, because I thought maybe, or I just figured it would be better if. Say it and let it stand. Watch how people's energy toward you shifts within 48 hours. The silence after your statement is not awkward, it is authority. You might be thinking, won't I seem arrogant? No, arrogance is insecurity dressed up loudly. Calm stillness is confidence that does not need an audience. People feel the difference immediately, even when they cannot explain why. Rule 2. Become dangerously comfortable with silence. This is the rule most men genuinely avoid because silence feels like rejection. It feels like losing. But psychologically, the man who is most comfortable with silence controls every single room he enters. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is pressure, and most people cannot handle it. Practice this today. When someone finishes talking, wait 3 full seconds before responding. Do not rush to fill the gap. Do not nod frantically. Sit in it. Own it. That silence is not awkward. It is power, and the other person will feel the weight of it, whether they understand why or not. You will notice the shift immediately. But what if people think I have nothing to say? The man who speaks only when he has something real to say is 10 times more listened to than the man who fills every second with noise. Scarcity creates value in products, in money, and in a man's words. Rules 1 and 2 rewire how people perceive you externally, but Rule 3, this is the deepest one. This is the internal foundation that makes Rules 1 and 2 feel completely natural instead of forced. Without this one, everything else is just performance. Rule 3. Respect yourself before anyone else gets the chance. Here is the truth that no self-improvement video wants to say directly. You cannot command respect from others until you fully respect yourself first. And most men do not genuinely. They respect their achievements, they respect their performance, but who are you on a Tuesday morning when nothing is working, nobody's watching, and you have nothing to prove? That version of you, that is where real self-respect either exists or it does not. Nobody told the world to respect Muhammad Ali. He didn't ask for it, he didn't perform for it. He trained harder than anyone alive, spoke his truth louder than anyone dared, and backed every single word with absolute relentless action. The respect was not given to him, it was inevitable. You cannot ignore a man who respects himself so completely that your opinion of him is simply irrelevant to his direction. Ask yourself this right now. What are 3 standards you hold for yourself that have nothing to do with other people's reactions? If you can't answer that quickly, that's the work. Write them down today. Hold them privately. And the next time someone violates those standards, respond accordingly without anger, without drama, without explanation. Just hold the line. That quiet enforcement is what builds a reputation that walks into rooms before you do. This sounds philosophical. I want practical results. Here is the practical reality. Every interaction you have is a negotiation of value. The man who values himself sets the price. The man who doesn't accepts whatever he is given. Self-respect is not a feeling. It is a daily decision that other people can see in your posture, your words, and your choices, whether they consciously realize it or not. But here is the hardest truth of this entire video, and this one requires complete honesty. Most men want respect as a destination, as something they will finally have once they achieve enough, earn enough, prove enough. But the men who actually command it, they treat respect as a standard they live by right now, today, in private, with nothing to gain. That's the real gap. Not strategy, not technique, not rules. The gap is between the man you perform to be in public and the man you actually are when everything is stripped away. Close that gap first. The rules become automatic after that. Now you have the 3 rules. Stop explaining yourself, own the silence, and build genuine self-respect from the inside out. These are not tips. These are the psychological laws of how respect actually works between men. But knowing the rules is step 1. Developing the presence, the mindset, and the daily discipline to live them in every situation, that's the deeper work. I broke down exactly how to build that kind of unshakable inner foundation in future videos. Subscribe now, because the version of you that commands respect without asking for it, that man is already in there. It's time to build him.